Ang bayan kong Pilipinos, lupain ng ginto't bulaklak, pakibig na sa kanyang palad, nag-alay ng ganda't dilag. Kamusta ka, kapatid mangga at kaibigan? So, finally it comes. May the 2nd, when A-Division World Champion and current WBO welterweight champion Manny Pacquiao from the Philippines will finally square off against pound-for-pound king Floyd Mayweather. You know, when my friends told me first about this fight, I just wouldn't believe it. I think it was a joke. I thought it was a joke. But hey, it's a true story. It's unbelievable. But anyway, so let's talk about Floyd first. Floyd. He has 43 victories with 26 fights by KO, and he has 3 losses. He lost his first fight to Luis Castillo, and he also lost this fight to Zab Judah and to De La Hoya as well. Though, of course, judges had a different way, but I think they were blind or for some other reason. But I understand boxing and I have my own eyes and I'm a grown up man, I have my own judgments, so I judge for myself. Yeah. And also Floyd's fight versus Victor Ortiz, it should be disqualification or at least a no contest fight because of that sucker punch. But hey, whatever. And also I must say that yet, despite of all those mishaps of judging or misjudging of the judges, Floyd is one of the one of the kind of defense-oriented fighter, almost as good as Bernard Hopkins, yet he's unique, and he is one professor of defense in his own class, yeah. And now finally his class and professorship will be seriously challenged and tested when he fights his old nemesis in Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao also, he is a unique fighter in his own class, rights as well. And personally, I doubt that anyone will ever be able to beat his record of being a world champion in 8 different weight divisions. And also, I would say that Manny and Pacquiao are certainly worthy each other opponents, but the best we can judge them both and compare their abilities by their fights against common opponents. And for example, both of them fought Ricky Hatton. And if you remember, Manny KO'd Hatton in a 2nd round, but it took Floyd to knock out defenseless Ricky Hatton 10 full rounds. So it's 10 versus 2. That's a big difference. Also, Floyd went distance against Cotto, but Manny stopped Cotto in round 11. And also Floyd and Manny, they both fought Shane Mosley, and they both went distance to achieve a 12-round decision victory over Shane. Also, according to the record, Floyd got a 12-round split decision victory over De La Hoya, even though we know that it's all the way around, should be. But Manny actually stopped De La Hoya in round 9. So, judging by these premises, by these fights, we can say that by all accounts, Manny is better boxer and much better puncher than Floyd. Because Floyd, he has a soft touch, notoriously soft touch, his last opponent, actually, he knocked out, it was who? Ricky Hatton, right? And it happened in year what, 2006? No, 2007 it happened, yeah. And as we said already, his so-called KO victories over Victor Ortiz in 2011 we cannot count because it was a sucker punch. My grandma also could knock out Ortiz in the same fashion. And she would not be proud of herself. Anyway, so what else should we say? So basically, summarizing that, for 8 years, Floyd did not knock out anybody, which speaks a lot. So the question is, can he actually KO Manny? I don't believe so. No, he can't. In order to beat Manny, what should he do? Well, his defense is notoriously, or greatly huge, great. So we should say that he should exercise the most comprehensive defense that he ever did in his previous fight. And I only must say that his famous shoulder rolls and body movements are good, but it would be not enough against Pacquiao. Besides of shoulder rolls and body movements, he must use his legs. He must run in the ring, move and move and move like a coyote on a hunting ground. And if he stops, he will get KO'd. There's no problem for Manny to catch him when he is stationary. So we should say that once he stopped, he's out. Now Manny. Manny also, I would say that he has a great punch, but he did not knock out his opponents for quite a few years. I believe the last opponent he knocked out, it was who? It was Miguel Cotto. And it happened in 2009. Yeah, 2009. Manny certainly got his power, of course. And he can, I can see that he can knock out, but he withhold his power for some weird, silly idea that boxing, that's what he says after each boxing interview, after fight interview, that boxing is some sort of entertainment and fun, so he does not want to hurt people, but it turns around against him, as we saw at least on 2 occasions. As you remember, Manny was beating Marquez almost one way, and he actually could knock Marquez out anytime. He could, but he didn't. And it played a bad role against him. So Marquez did it for him. He knocked Manny out. So that's what happens, Murphy's Law. Manny, he got also the religious idea. I believe that, he's, very pious person, that it's not good to hurt people. Well, boxing is a hurting business, so, I wish that Manny knew that any talent, he should think this way, that any talent is given from God. And Manny's, including this Manny's explosive punching power, it is also, a gift given to him by God, right? So, he must use it once it's given to him. Because it is a real sin. Manny should know that it's a sin to underuse or neglect such a precious gift from God. Yeah. So now, let's say, what is actually going to happen in this fight? Who is going to win? Well, there are quite a few ifs here. And if number 1, if the judges are biased, as we saw many times, and the fight goes the distance, Floyd will win this fight, as it was in his fights against De La Hoya or Castillo or Zab Judah, right? But if, the second if the judges are honest, and if Manny throws out that, garbage out of his mind, of those silly political imageries or idea of entertainment, and remember who gave him that gift of explosive punching power, and he uses it, then he will KO Mayweather, no doubt. and it's the probability, I think, of Manny finishing this fight by KO somewhere between 70 and 80%. And if Manny will go for the knockout, he must do it within the first 2, 3, or 4 rounds, maximum 6, no more, because Floyd is a very clever fighter and he has a great ability to adjust, and he will adjust to any fighter. So if the fight goes past 6 rounds, then it will be more and more difficult for Manny to KO Floyd. But I have some secrets for these two fighters. The surest way to Floyd to win, if he uses one secret old trick. I'll show you. This secret trick called voodoo. Yeah, voodoo. See that doll? So when he's gonna be going for his fight, he should put his mama somewhere on the back behind the ring, and anytime when Floyd starts, attacking Pacquiao, she should go boo 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 boo, voodoo. It works as many times as she wants Floyd to hit Manny. So and then Manny will be crippled, and Mayweather will the fight. So this is a good secret, right? Then Floyd will win for sure. And as far as for Pacquiao, a secret is, in order to win, he must use old Filipino recipe. And I will probably say it in the Tagalog, so only the Filipino people can understand. So, advising Pacquiao, I should say, para manalo si Pacquiao, kailangan niyang uminom ng tuba at balut. Para matalo niya ng husto si Floyd. Maraming salamat. So, let's live till May the 2nd and see for ourselves what will actually happen in this fight. It's gonna be a terrific fight. Cheers.